Hello guys and welcome to another video on DJ Vlogs. Today we have a very exciting video. I'm going to be reviewing Now Decades of Love. This album was released just a few days ago, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing it. I'll review the cover, review the disc artwork, and also check out the track list. So first of all, I'll check out the artwork. Now I really like this artwork. I think it looks really nice. Of course, you have the title in the middle as usual, Now Decades of Love. You've got hearts around the text, and of course the background looks quite nice as well. You've got like a pinky background and it kind of goes into like yellow down the bottom. I really like the colours they've used. I think it looks really nice. And down the bottom it says the greatest love songs of the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, and actually below that it features, it shows a few of the artists and bands that feature on the album, so that's quite good. They don't normally do that with any 100 hits albums or now numbered albums, so it's quite nice they've done it with this, but I really do like the artwork. Now let's get into the disc artwork. Now the album has 4 discs. Disc 1 has 19 songs, disc 2 has 21, disc 3 also has 21, and disc 4 has 19. So let's check out disc 1. This is disc 1. I really do like this. Of course they've gone for a pink background, which kind of goes quite well with the love theme of this album. You've got love hearts around the middle of the disc, and you have the title at the top, Now Decades of Love, and also down the bottom it says CD1, the 80s, so each disc is separated into years. So I think disc 1 is the 80s, disc 2 is the 70s, disc 3 is 60s, and then disc 4 is the 90s. Now let's move on to CD2. This here is CD2. I really like this. Again, they've kept the same theme. You've got the pink background again, you've got the love hearts, which I'm pretty sure might have moved around a little bit, but of course you have the title at the top as well, Now Decades of Love, and down the bottom it says CD1, the 70s. Now let's move on to CD3. This of course is CD3, again keeping the same theme from the other 2 discs with the same colour background, the pink background, the love hearts again which have moved around, and of course the title at the top, and down the bottom it says CD3, the 60s. Now let's move on to CD4. This is CD4, again they're keeping the same theme as all the other discs. It would have been nice for them to change it, maybe the colours change a little bit, but I suppose it is quite nice that they've kind of kept the same theme. You've got the pink background, you've got the love hearts again, the title at the top of course, and down the bottom this time it says CD the 90s, so it's changing the decade on each disc, which I think is a really good idea, to have the songs like separated into the years, and I think that makes sense to do it that way around. I really do like that they've done that. Now let's move on to the track list. Now the track list is on 4. On the back you have disc 1, disc 2, disc 3 and disc 4, but when you open up the album and you actually open it up, of course this is where disc 1 goes, and you have the track list that starts at the top and goes to the bottom, which I think is quite nice because you can see it more clearly than reading it off the back. So now I'm going to go through and have a look at a few songs that feature on the track list. So starting off with disc 1, which is the 80s and features 19 songs, we start off with Careless Whisper by George Michael, we have True by Spandau Ballet, Save a Prayer by Duran Duran, Drive by The Cars, All of My Heart by ABC, Up Where We Belong by Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes, Arthur's Theme by Christopher Cross, we've got One Day I'll Fly Away by Randy Crawford, Eternal Flame by The Bangles, and ending disc 1 we have The Power of Love by Jennifer Rush. Now moving on to disc 2, which has 21 songs and features songs from the 70s. So we start off with Your Song by Elton John, you've got My Love by Paul McCartney and Wings, The Man with a Child in His Eyes by Kate Bush, you've got I Honestly Love You by Olivia Newton-John, With You I'm Born Again by Billy Preston, You Make Me Feel Brand New by The Stylists, The Air That I Breathe by The Hollies, Thinking of You by Sister Sledge, I Want Your Love by Chick, and ending disc 2 we have Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. Now moving on to disc 3, which features 21 songs and are all songs from the 60s, and we start off with Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, we have When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge, Make It Easy on Yourself by the Walker Brothers, Dedicated to the One I Love by the Mamas and the Papas, Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Andy Williams, Be My Baby by the Ronettes, My Sherry Armour by Stevie Wonder, Try a Little Tenderness by Otis Redding, Crying by Roy Orbison, and ending disc 3 we have Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. And moving on to disc 4, which features 19 songs and all songs from the 90s, we start with I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, I'll Stand By You by The Pretenders, Angels by Robbie Williams, You're Still the One by Shania Twain, Always by Bon Jovi, No More I Love Yous by Annie Lennox, Two Become One by Spice Girls, and ending disc 4 we have Back for Good by Take That. So that is a couple of the songs from each disc on the track list. I really do like this album. I love the cover, I love the CD artwork, and I think the track list is great. One of the things that if I would change the album, the only one thing I think I would change is the order of the discs. As much as it is good that they have the discs in order, so disc 1 is the 80s, disc 2 is the 70s, disc 3 is the 60s, but then disc 4 is the 90s. I think it would have made sense to have disc 1 90s, disc 2 80s, so it runs in order. But I still think it's nice that they have like each disc for a different like decade of songs, and I think that works really well that they've done that. So that is the end of today's video. If you would like to get this album, you can get it from online retailers like Amazon, Zoom and HMV Online, and of course you can get it in supermarkets and HMV stores when they reopen. I will leave links in the description down below if you'd like to go and get this album. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up, it'd be massively appreciated if you do. Also make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to be notified every time I post a new video. And make sure you follow my Instagram, my Twitter and my Snapchat. That'll be just aside right there, and links on my social media will be in the description down below. Make sure you follow on all of them. And guys, I will see you soon for another YouTube video.